From LALATE News Headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings, LALATE.
It's a big morning as $1,400 third stimulus checks will land in bank accounts tomorrow, and some landed overnight. This is the third wave of your $1,400 third stimulus check. This is even if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, and the Direct Express card. But millions and millions of other viewers will not get it by direct deposit. It will be in the mail. And what date will be coming in the mail? Meantime, incredible great news as the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing. Also happening is stimulus checks are landing in mailboxes late. Yes, this is great news. That March 26 that March 26 mail check is finally landing, and it's landing late. I'll have all the big details about that third wave coming tomorrow, and the checks still in the mail all this week. Meantime, a series of breaking news reports from Wall Street as a concern that the commercial real estate market is struggling. Another report out today talks about that the current virus strains are growing faster than the vaccines may think. You'll see a new video from Dr. Walensky from yesterday about her concern about the growing number of COVID cases. But a new report out today says that analysts believe that the vaccines may not work against the variants in the next few weeks. The White House is about to go live. I'll jump into that live feed if it is live during this recording. Meantime, new video for the White House as the president talks about the growing strain of the pandemic. A real shocker this morning as a Janet Yellen video is reposted. It looks like that video that was removed before, it's back on. Why was that video reposted? Meantime, my shocking video from EIDL overnight. If you watched that EIDL video, I have an update for you, and if you didn't, you'll see it again. An incredible message of why millions of Americans need to stay positive and focused, because ultimately, stimulus is coming. And I'll have all the big details on the 1-year anniversary of the 330 Vortex, starting right now. Good morning, everybody. How are you? The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. And later in this video, we will look back on the day that made history for this channel. 330, the 330 Vortex, 331 and 48 Vortex. Those were the dates in which millions of Americans applied for an EIDL grant and were stuck because of a computer problem with the government and saw other people get their money before them while they were stuck in a vortex, first located and identified by this channel. A look back on the history of the 330 Vortex in today's recording and why it has everything to do about you and your stimulus check as well. How are you? Happy Tuesday. If you've not subscribed, give a birthday subscribe right now. It's a big week on birthday week here on the channel, and I'm so excited you're tuning in. I hope you watched that EIDL video. If you didn't, I'm going to show you it again a little bit in part later in this video. Also, like this video. Let's see if we can get to 3,000 likes. And if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino, VIP. The link's at the top of the chat. I have a lot of videos just showing you in this recording, and we'll jump into that live feed if we goes live while I'm live as well from the White House. This is the breaking details. The $1,400 third stimulus check will land by direct deposit for some viewers tomorrow, March 31st, as Wave 3. What's a wave? A wave refers to a series of checks being sent out during a period of time before another set of checks is sent out. The first wave of this check was March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and the second wave was March 24th. The third wave, identified exclusively on this channel, is March 31st. Why do we know tomorrow is a wave for direct deposits to land? Because viewers have gotten alerts that their stimulus checks are landing tomorrow, March 31st. Who has gotten alerts? Viewers on Direct Express card, SSI and SSDI Social Security Railroad recipients on the card have gotten an alert from Direct Express that a $14 third stimulus check is landing tomorrow, 3/31. People with big banks and credit unions have gotten alerts that it's coming on 3/31. Additionally, viewers who use the IRS.gov tracking tool have gotten an alert that there's a check coming as well. Meantime, several banks have paid the check ahead of time. Who would likely pay the check ahead of time? Emerald Green Card by H&R Block, TurboTax, Chime, Cash App, and MetaBank NetSpend. And this was the hysterical moment if you missed it last night on Evenings LA. On Evenings LA, I told you in a taped broadcast that earlier yesterday, the 29th, a few viewers on MetaBank NetSpend got their $1,400 third stimulus check by direct deposit on the 29th early, ahead of the 31st. And as that video aired, and I was talking about MetaBank and NetSpend giving those funds yesterday, Quintero, who is a longtime viewer of this channel, shared a super chat saying, guess what? I got it today from MetaBank NetSpend as well. So it couldn't get better timing than that. Right when he was watching it and I was delivering the news about that bank, he said, I'm in the same bank and I got the direct deposit yesterday as well. If you're at a big bank, if you're at Direct Express, it would post tomorrow. Now, here's what you need to know. First, it is presumed that a small segment of you will get it by direct deposit tomorrow. Why? Because the vast majority of you are getting it instead in the mail. If you have an alert that there's going to be a direct deposit tomorrow on the 31st, then it'll be there. But if it's not there tomorrow, it's in the mail. Why do we know this? Treasury has said it as loud and clear as they can say it. They said it a week ago yesterday, an advisory that said if you don't get a stimulus check by direct deposit on March 24th, it's in the mail. This includes if you're on direct deposit, Direct Express, if you're on SSI and SSDI. Let me tell you where the analytics are landing. I have about 500,000 to 1 million viewers a day, and of them, the vast majority of them have results that their check is in the mail. This includes people on Direct Express who have alerts that they're not getting to the Direct Express card, it's in the mail. That they're on benefits, and the benefits go to a big bank, like a Citizens Bank, and they have the alert, it's going in the mail. There's nothing you can do about it going in the mail because ultimately it's Treasury sending you the check, and if they decide to send in the mail, they do. What is in the mail? It'll either be a paper check or a debit card from Treasury. The envelope will either be beige or white. Here is a white envelope from the second stimulus. It has no logo or insignia on the outside. It has red lettering in the corner that says information about your economic impact payment. It's skinny, it's thin, it's laser light. It is so easy to discard because it is so thin. My message to you is very clear that please do not, as a viewer, presume it is only coming by direct deposit because the vast majority of you have been warned by Treasury it's not coming by direct deposit, it's in the mail. And so I don't want you to miss the mail because if you do not get it in the mail, it is very hard to replace it. Who is knocking the stimulus check coming to them? If you have a representative payee, it's not coming to you, it's going to the representative payee. If you're a member of a household, it's not coming to you, it's going to the head of the household. And if you are dependent on someone else's tax return, it's not going to you, it's going to the person you are the dependent on. Now, what should you know and how would you know whether it's landing tomorrow by direct deposit or in the mail? And what about that March 26th mail date? And what about that April 2nd to April 5th date? I have all those details coming up in a second. But boy, the real surprise today is, as you have seen me deliver this video from Janet Yellen last week that said your stimulus checks were going to land during a certain period of time, the video was removed, and then today a new video was posted. The new video was posted that is from the same production sitting It's just a totally different message. The White House has no explanation for that. Meantime, yesterday, the President of the United States, late in the day, said that America needs to be more vigilant about the virus, and he's deeply worried that America has not safeguarded concerns. Let's listen.
Shots recorded in the weekend. Over 10 million shots in 3 days. That would have been inconceivable in January. The progress we've made on vaccinating this country is a great American story. The federal government has stepped up, taken responsibility, and launched a massive federal vaccination program. Governors and mayors of both political parties, Republicans and Democrats, have stepped up as well.
Later in the video, he talks about Dr. Walensky.
Far from over. The war against COVID-19 is far from won. This is deadly serious. We share the sentiment of Dr. Walensky, the head of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC expressed earlier today, this is not a time to lessen our efforts. That's what she said.
And let's listen to her message late yesterday.
The pandemic in the United States looks similar to many other countries in Europe, including Germany, Italy, and France. Looked like just a few weeks ago. And since that time, those countries have experienced a consistent and worrying spike in cases. We are not powerless. We can change this trajectory of the pandemic, but it will take all of us recommitting to following the public health prevention strategies consistently while we work to get the American public vaccinated.
The reason why Dr. Walensky, for the first time in recent memory, was in near tears was because of a new Johns Hopkins report yesterday that showed the number of COVID cases in the country now increasing 5% daily in 30-plus states. Elsewhere, the President of the United States announced a massive rollout of vaccinations allowed now for all American adults nearly, starting on April 19th. These would be in pharmacies. This is after a political report that says the pharmacies have been a big success of the president, 1 million vaccinations a day, but the FEMA sites have not been, delivering only 65 doses a day, vaccinations a day. Meantime, a surprising new report out today asked 77 experts from around the country in 28 countries whether they think the current vaccinations will work against the strains as the virus mutates. And they said they will not. They said in a year or less from now, the virus mutates to the extent that the majority of first-generation vaccines are rendered ineffective and that new vaccines will be required. Really shocking development news. Meantime, also big news today as a series of reports out from Wall Street says that the commercial real estate market is really in trouble. I don't think we're out of the woods for a couple of reasons, says Fabio Nacciulli, director of monetary at the Capital Market Banks. Wall Street has been fluctuating relatively calm as the 10-year Treasury note is up today on Wall Street. Meantime, Apple announces their major announcement of new products, include the new iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch, will be June 7th by digital means as well. Coming up in this video, I'm going to be going over the shocking developments of what Chuck Schumer is doing for forced stimulus and why that forced stimulus is getting a major push. Understand, let me cut back to what's going on that third stimulus check right now. That $1,400 third stimulus check will land for some people to buy direct deposit tomorrow, but the vast majority will not get it by direct deposit. So where will it be? Let me explain the details for you right now. Most viewers will get it in the mail. Yes. Why do we know this? This channel does about 500,000 to 1 million views per day. And of the viewers who are able to track their stimulus check, the vast majority show it in the mail. People on Direct Express card have now gotten a result. It's not coming in the card, it's coming in the mail. People on SSI and SSDI who receive their benefits every month in a bank, not on the Direct Express card, are also getting alerts. It's coming in the mail. And people not on benefits have alerts that it's coming in the mail. So what you need to know is if you're a viewer that has no results for your name, over 50% of the viewership of this channel, and could be even higher, a massive amount, show it is never coming to the cards or the banks. It's coming in the mail. Treasury gave that very stern warning a week ago yesterday, which said, guess what? If it's not on your direct deposit on March 24th, it's in the mail. So watch the mail. What I want you to know is you need to watch the deposit account and the mail together every single day until it's there. Because if you miss this, because you're watching only the Direct Express card, guess what? When this lands and you don't grab it, it's very hard to replace. Meantime, the great news is that March 26th mail check date, which is a lot of people this channel who had not gotten it by March 26th, they're now landing late in the mailbox. So watch the mail today, March 30th, because guess what? Yesterday, a lot of viewers, hundreds of viewers on the chats and in private messages said, thank you for telling me to stay patient and calm, because the March 26th check came late. It came on the 29th. When you have a mail result for IRS about the check, and it says check mail, that date that it's showing is not the date it's being mailed out, and it's not the date you're receiving it. IRS is not representing to you you're getting the check from on March 26 or before. Rather, they're saying that the date on the check is March 26. So when would you likely get the check? And what about those April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th checks? And what will happen tomorrow if you don't see direct deposit and you're watching for the mail check? More about that in a second. But first, I want to give you a glimpse back to an event which changed history. A year ago today, on March 30th, millions of Americans applied for the EIDL grant on 3/30. And then a million more applied on 3/31 and then on 4/8, April 8th. And for the first time ever, I was able to identify when I launched this channel on April 25th that they were stuck in what was called a vortex. The 330 vortex referred to millions of Americans who applied for something under stimulus and didn't get paid, but saw countless people after them get paid. And that became what I called the 330 vortex, stuck in a process which was a computer malfeasance and caused them not to get paid while other people were getting paid after them. Let's listen in to the shocking recording at the time. I was reading on air comments from viewers, as you see me do even in recent days. And in this comments of the viewers, Giovanni reveals what happens to one of his employees, distraught that 330 checks had not been sent out. Let's listen in to what I had to say.
This viewer has gotten still nothing. Same industry, same struggle. Stay with it, Paul. I'm here for you. Giovanni Nichols and Charles. I applied in March 30th. Haven't heard anything to April 16th. Then the funds had run out, replenished. I contacted my senator. I have not received any assistance. I need the funds for my employees, and have been talking of suicide. I need the funds for my employees are having talks of suicide. I need help, and I fear that I'll be filing for bankruptcy. 23 years of my business, and because of my credit score is 523, I'm going to lose 2 decades of my life. I did not invest in China. I did not sponsor the coronavirus. Why do I have to pay for it? First of all, death is not an answer. This is the first comment like that. So I'm trying to hold it together after breaking down last night. I'm not going to break down again. Whether it's your employees considering suicide or yourself is absolutely not a solution. I want you to please
Find out what happened to Giovanni for the first time ever. For the first time ever in the history of this channel, I reveal what happened to Giovanni and his employees from that 330 vortex and what it means for you as you wait for that $1,400 third stimulus check. I'll reveal the shocking details after this commercial break. Stay with me for more. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance,
and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now on Mornings LA. Thank you for joining me. Later in this recording, you're going to see what eventually happened. You've never heard it ever until today. What happened to that shocking development that unfolded a year ago today. And ironically, during the commercial break, the viewer whose name appeared before that viewer, Giovanni, Paul Ryan, is actually in the live chat right now. Even Paul does not know what happened to that viewer that appeared after him in the comments. You're going to hear that result for the first time ever on this channel. If you've never subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You see the heart and the soul of this channel in today's recording. It's birthday week, but I wanted to also show you the significance of what 330 means for millions of Americans. And it meant that they had applied for something, did not get it, and that countless people got it after them. And they remained stressed about the situation. Ultimately, I have an incredible, strong message for you at the end of this recording. Stay with me. Let me cut back to what is going on tomorrow and today for your stimulus check. $1,400 third stimulus checks. If you did not get it by mail on March 26th, well, the great news is it's likely in the mail today. Hundreds of viewers of this channel got that March 26th mail check yesterday, the 29th, and more will get it today because we saw an incredible trend line where it was just late. Now, ultimately, I would also advise you to watch that irs.gov tool because a very, very small number of people have a new date. But the March 26th check date, if you go to the IRS tool and you show March 26th mail, it's just late. Don't worry, it's not coming on time. How about that April 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th check? Well, there's a smaller fraction of viewers of this channel who have Direct Express, have direct deposit, who are on SSI and SSDI, who have that as their result. And what I want you to know is that, again, the effective date written in the corner of the check is April 2nd to 5th. It's not the day in which you would receive it. So if we use the March data that we're seeing right now, where checks are arriving 4 days late, 3 days late, 5 days late, add that to the date you see for irs.gov. So for example, let's say you see April 2nd mail for irs.gov, add 4 to 5 days to that because currently they're running about 4 days late on the checks. All right, let's cut back to tomorrow. This is what you need to know for tomorrow. If you do not have a result for your name on irs.gov, you have not got an alert from your bank, you've not got an alert from Direct Express card, you have no alerts, what should you think? This is what you should be doing. 1, you should use the analytics of this channel for people who do have results as an indicator, what are the possibilities of where your check may be. With over 50% of hundreds of thousands of viewers of this channel getting alerts that it's not coming in the mail, that it's not coming in by direct deposit, but rather coming in the mail, you need to watch the mail. If you're a Direct Express consumer, understand I have hundreds of thousands of Direct Express card holders who have a mail check result from irs.gov. Yours may be in the mail as well. If you're a big bank consumer and you got that first and second stimulus check by the mail, understand I have hundreds of thousands of viewers who are big bank consumers who have alert. It's not coming by big bank. It's coming in the mail. So watch the mail and watch the direct deposit today and to tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, if it's not in the direct deposit, it's likely in the mail. More about that in a second. But what I want to cut over to is a surprising detail what Chuck Schumer is doing. And this is a little bit confusing, to say the least. My goodness. Let me tell you what Chuck Schumer is doing in advance of that fourth stimulus tomorrow. Tomorrow, the President of the United States introduced the fourth stimulus package. Yes, the fourth stimulus bill will have a bill, and it will be introduced tomorrow. And yesterday, you heard me talk about not one, but two reconciliations. Well, there's a new report out today that says, no, there may only be one push by Chuck Schumer right now. Let me recap what's going on. If this sounds confusing, it is, so I'm going to slow it down. Normally, you have one reconciliation process during a congressional term. And there was a reconciliation to pass third stimulus. So you would assume, oh, they don't have any more till September. No, because the Democrats used last year's reconciliation for third stimulus. So they haven't used this year's third reconciliation yet. And they're going to use it for fourth stimulus, said the report yesterday. And that they were planning to use a trick for fifth stimulus. Well, the new report out today says, no, they intend to use the trick for fourth stimulus. They intend to use the trick right now. And that Chuck Schumer has actually asked the parliamentarian to use it right now. Why? I'm not particularly clear about the logic of it. I'm just reporting the news of it. What is the trick? The contention is that Chuck Schumer can go back and use another reconciliation to modify a prior reconciliation. It's an argument. It's not a law. It's not a bill. There's no law that says that. Ultimately, if the parliamentarian says yes, he'll do it. If she says no, then likely he's going to default to his understanding of he has an extra reconciliation sitting around. That's absolutely 100% true. He does have an extra one sitting around. Now, here's what you need to know, is that this reconciliation really, really helps you for reoccurring stimulus checks. Why? Because the series of reports today remind us that whatever bill the president introduces to the House, or introduces on Wednesday, which then goes to the House and gets approved for the House, when it lands in the Senate, we're back with that 2-day left, right, up, down shouting match where people can literally come in with any change they want to the bill. And with 100 plus senators in both the Senate, and 100 plus members of the House saying they're going to push for reoccurring stimulus checks, it only takes one of them in the Senate to say, nope, I'm a Democrat and I'm going to block the reconciliation unless there's reoccurring stimulus checks. This time it's different because we have countless of them writing that letter. So very, very fascinating. I can go more into it in this video, but we're running a little bit long. Meantime, let me cut back for the first time ever and tell you what happened in that video from a year ago. Now understand, on March 30th, EIDL launched with a series of programs for stimulus. And people applied on March 30th and didn't get anything. People applied on March 31st and didn't get anything. And they applied on April 8th and didn't get anything. But they watched people apply in the middle of April or early April and get their money right away. They were stuck in what was called a vortex, I identified. It was a term you never heard anywhere. No one even identified the existence of the vortex till I came around on April 25th and launched this channel. Ultimately, months went on, and with rare exception, 99% of the viewers of this channel who had been stuck in that vortex, I was able to unstick them and get them $25 million that they were owed that they had not gotten from March to almost May. The message of this channel is the following: always stay positive and stay focused. Ultimately, whatever happened in that video that you saw on earlier today, whatever happened in that video from Giovanni and his workers, for the first time, I revealed that one of his workers eventually called it quits and said he didn't want to endure it anymore. He gave up. You never give up on this channel. The worker was not a viewer of this channel, but an employee of Giovanni. And weeks went on, and I eventually got a private message from Giovanni and said the worker decided to call it quits. Ultimately, don't ever give up. Don't ever lose hope. And don't ever think that if you haven't gotten a stimulus check in 1 week or 2 weeks, it's not coming. It's coming. I want you to stay motivated. I want you to stay positive. I want you to stay focused. I want you to stay informed because you're getting every penny you're entitled to. And I will fight to the end to ensure you do. Just like I fought for those people who eventually got out of that 330 vortex by May. With that, make sure you subscribe and be part of a community that gets people to the finish line. It doesn't always happen in 1 second or 1 week, but it eventually does happen. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll see you in just a few minutes from now as Mornings LA continues.